Hey, warriors. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about allergies. I thought it was both needful and necessary to get some videos on here about allergies, sinuses, asthma, viral infections, bacterial infections, because we're coming into a season of allergies. March 20th is spring, right? And we're coming out of winter season. So we've had a lot of viral infections, a lot of bacterial infections going on. So I wanted to have some videos that cover these topics, okay? This particular video is about allergies. So let's get into it. Over 50 million people in the United States suffer from allergies. Over 50 million people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. That's 1 in 3 adults suffer from allergies. That's 1 in 4 children that suffer from allergies. Okay? So again, what I always say, knowing is half the battle. Okay? So what are allergies? Allergies are a medical condition, and it causes the immune system to overreact to foreign substances called allergens. Okay? Medical condition where the immune system has deemed allergens as a foreign substance, and so it causes the immune system to overreact, because the immune system's job is to what? Protect us from foreign substances, diseases, illnesses, harmful bacteria, etc. So the body has mistakenly identified foreign substances called allergens as harmful. And so now it's overreacting, trying to get that harmful bacteria out of your body. Okay? Now, there are different types of allergies. Okay? There are food allergies, there are insect allergies, latex allergies, skin allergies, chemical allergies. There's tons of allergies. Every allergy has a set of allergens. Every allergy has a set of allergens. Okay? So, for example, food allergy. Food allergy has a set of allergens that include, but are not limited to, eggs, milk, cheese, nuts, right? Those are just a few. Food allergy, under that allergy category, it has allergens. So which particular food allergy do you have? Are you allergic to nuts, milk, cheese, eggs, right? So quick story, our daughter, who is now 7, she's around 3 or 4 at this time, she had numbness of the lips. We took her to the doctor. They said, okay, this is a symptom of an allergy, so we're going to give you these medications. They gave us 3 medications. My question was, what allergy? They couldn't answer that question. I didn't put her on this medication because if we can figure out the allergy, we don't have to put her on this medication. So I spoke with a naturopathic doctor over the phone who asked me a series of questions and was like, hey, she has a food allergy. In particular, she's allergic to milk. Okay. So we took milk out of her routine. Milk, cheese, and eggs for a while. Out of her routine. Guess what? The numbness went away. So sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes if you get to the root of what allergy, which allergen is making my immune system go haywire, then you remove that particular allergen, then your body goes back into alignment and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about no medicine. You don't have to worry about no symptoms, right? So getting to the root of it is key, okay? Another example, insect allergy. That's a category, insect allergy. But which allergen are you allergic to? Bees, ants, ticks? Which ones? Right? Because if you know which one, you know which one to watch out for. This is the theory behind allergy testing, right? They put all these things on your body. I've heard of people, they say they put like cockroach poop and along with like the dust and dust mites and pollen, all these things all over your body. I've never done it. It freaks me out. But they put these things all over your body so that they could tell you what specifically you're allergic to, right? That's the allergen. What allergen are you specifically allergic to, right? So our focus is respiratory allergies. Respiratory allergies. There's also known seasonal allergies, right? Coming up until March 20th, which is spring, there are going to be certain allergens that are going to be affecting over 50 million people. Okay, so allergens up under the respiratory allergy category include pollen from trees, from grass, from weeds, dust mites, mold, pet dander, dust, right? It's not all of them, but it's a few that's up under that respiratory allergy category. Okay, so you got to be very careful during this season. My husband, who has had bad allergies, his kicked in early this year. He's already been dealing with this, so we've had to bring out the herbs, right? And we got him together now, but we had to start his herbal regimen early because his allergies have already kicked up. And so for many of us, we're already experiencing the symptoms of spring, and it hasn't hit yet. Winter and spring are still fighting over custody over us, but we're having issues now, right? So these allergies cause the immune system to go haywire. Why? Because the immune system has mistakenly identified for this particular video, it has mistakenly identified pollen and dust and pet dander and all of this as a foreign substance. The immune system says this is harmful to the body and we need to get rid of this ASAP. Okay? So why does the immune system mistakenly identify these allergens as harmful? Well, it could be genetic. Remember in the previous video, we talked about how we have predisposed gut microbiome. Okay? So if your family had allergies, most likely your gut microbiome is inclined to trigger allergies for you as well. Okay? There are ways to combat this, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. But another reason is environmental. So depending on where you live. Now, I live in Kentucky. There is a high level of pollen here in Kentucky. Bluegrass is considered one of the most allergenic grasses. It is significantly more likely to trigger allergic reactions compared to other grass types due to the large amounts of pollen that it releases in the spring and the fall. Okay? So I tell people all the time, if you are not from Kentucky and do not have allergies, and you come here to live or stay for any length of time, you're going to be affected. You're going to be affected. I'm sorry. But you're going to be affected. So let's break this down. Let's see how this works inside the body, okay? Because y'all know I say all the time, knowing is half the battle, okay? So the first time you encounter an allergen, right? Allergen, specifically what your body does not want. When you first encounter that allergen, your body releases an antibody that identifies it as harmful, okay? Then it takes it to the mast cell receptor, which is a white blood cell. And the mast cell receptor says, oh, okay, so the next time this happens, we're going to fight. We're going to fight, okay? So every time after that you encounter this allergen, your body's in fight mode, right? Because it's trying to get this out of your system because it has deemed it as harmful, right? So when it goes to the mast cell receptor, it fights by releasing a chemical. That chemical is called histamine. The chemical is histamine that it releases in defense mode to get this harmful bacteria out. Unfortunately for us, the histamine is what causes the itchy, watery eyes, the runny or stuffy nose, the itchy throat, the itchy skin, the congestion, etc. Right? I know. I know. So when you're in a place where there are high levels of pollen, like Kentucky, your symptoms can become severe because you're constantly being exposed to this pollen, pet dander, whatever it is. You're constantly being exposed to this allergen. So your body is in constant fight mode. So it's releasing all of this histamine and you are suffering on the outside. Okay? So what do people typically do? They go to the doctor, right? And the doctors prescribe what? Antihistamines. Anti meaning against the histamine that's being released in your body. It's a way to block the histamine from affecting you on the outside. Okay? Now, I'm a clinical herbalist, so I have to say this, okay? I'm not against conventional medicine 100% because I understand and I have been the recipient of medicine saving my life. So emergency use, absolutely, right? You want your life to be saved. Sometimes you have to use conventional methods, okay? I also agree with it when it's for short-term use only. Short-term use. Because when you get into long-term use, you are setting yourself up to experience that long list of side effects that keeps going and going and going and going. The side effects is worse than what it's supposed to be treating you for. The longer you on that medicine, that man-made medicine, the more likely you are to experience these side effects. Okay? We're not going to get into the side effects right now, but it's a lot. Okay? And it really damages your body. Okay? When it comes to antihistamine medications, my issue is they cross the blood-brain barrier. The antihistamine medicines cross the blood-brain barrier. They call it BBB. Okay? So what does this mean? So the blood-brain barrier, it protects the brain from harmful substances in the bloodstream. Okay? When you take an antihistamine medicine, most likely you get what? Drowsy, sleepy, go to sleep most likely. That drowsiness is the effect of it crossing the blood-brain barrier. Okay? It's crossing that barrier. It's going to your brain. That's why you dizzy and loopy and all of this. That's the issue that I have. Because when you do that for a long period of time, you are impairing your brain, which is going to lead to cognitive dysfunction. What bothers me more than anything is that our babies are on all of this medication. Their brains are like sponges. So if they're on all of this antihistamine medicine that's crossing the blood-brain barrier and they're getting drowsy and dizzy and sleepy, what do you think that's doing to their brains? What do you think that's doing? It's impairing their learning ability. It really is. That's why when you on this medicine, a lot of times you can't even work. You can't go to school because this medicine is in your body. And it's causing some issues. Okay? So, Deltrice, what do we do then? Did you know that there are foods that have histamine in them? Meaning, if you're in allergy season and you have allergies and you're eating foods that are high in histamine, you're further exacerbating your symptoms. Foods that are high in histamine include processed foods, fried foods, especially fries, white bread, red meat, butter, margarine, and the list continues. Go look it up. You ain't got to take my word for it. Go look it up. There are foods that are high in histamines. And if you're eating those foods in a season where your allergies is off the ever limit chain, they're going to continue to be because you're eating the wrong foods in the wrong season. Okay? So that's the first thing. There are foods that are high in histamine. We need to reduce those as much as possible going into this season of allergies. Okay? Just like there are foods that are high in histamine, there are foods with natural antihistamines in them. Natural antihistamines. Love it, right? So the biggest natural antihistamine is called quercetin. Quercetin is a flavonoid. Okay, flavonoid is what gives the fruits and vegetables their color. Okay, and it has a ton of health benefits. Quercetin is a natural antihistamine, and it can be found in onions, apples, berries. Okay, look it up. I'm telling y'all, look it up. Bromelain. Bromelain is an antihistamine, and it can be found most likely in pineapples. Most often, that's usually where it's the most of it. The high concentration is in pineapples. Okay. Local honey. Honey from your local area is going to be so beneficial for you. Take you between a teaspoon and a tablespoon up to 3-4 times a day. It's a natural antihistamine. It will help you. Okay. Turmeric is an antihistamine. Use it when you cooking your food. Put it on your food. Or I have capsules. I pack my own pills. So I have turmeric capsules that we take. I also have an electuary that is off the ever living chain. Turmeric and ginger, and it'll get your allergies out the way together as well. Okay? Because there are antihistamines in food, in plants, and in supplements. Okay? Knowing is half the battle. Right? So stay away from foods that are high in histamine. Eat foods that are high in antihistamine. Right? And then there's supplements and there's plants that are high in antihistamines. Okay? So I formulate allergy teas and capsules and honeys. I do herbal honeys. I do electuaries. I have all sorts of things for allergies because we all have them. My whole family has them. Of course, we live in Kentucky. And so depending on your level of severity depends on what you need, right? But I always start with what you're eating. What you're eating is so important because we talk about the gut microbiome in the previous video, right? So what you're eating is so important. So stay away from foods high in histamine. Increase your food intake of foods that are natural antihistamines, okay? And if you need something more, different herbs and things that I use are nettle. Nettle leaf is a natural antihistamine. Turmeric and ginger, which you can use those in your food or you could make them as a tea. Okay? And there's so many other options. There are so many other options, y'all. Okay? But again, the foods, the plants, the supplements, it's going to take time. So you need to be starting now getting these things together. Because if you're in the thick of allergy season, you're going to want to take that medicine because you want relief right now. When if you do this on a regular basis, it sets your body up for success. So when you're in allergy season, you can minimize your symptoms and it won't be as severe. Okay? Okay. So if you are interested in any of Teas with Purpose products, I'll put the link at the end of this, at the bottom of the video. But like I said, you're going to have homework, right? You're going to have homework. So do you have allergies? Probably, most likely, yes, right? If so, what are your symptoms? Write down those symptoms. What are the symptoms that you are experiencing? Okay? When do you experience those symptoms? When you wake up in the morning, do you start sneezing and coughing? When you first wake up, you open your eyes. Your body's supposed to be at rest. What is the first thing that happens? Okay? When you get out of the bed, do your symptoms start then? When you get up? Does it start when you take 1 foot out of your bedroom? Because this is a part of identification. What is going on? What is your body tripping about? Right? Do you have pets in the home? Because around season change, they start shedding. Right? We have 2 dogs. They're outside dogs. But in the wintertime, it gets cold. So we bring them in the house when it gets cold. Now, they come in the house. They won't shake. You know what I'm saying? Allergies. Pet dander, right? And so we wash down our walls, we wash our baseboards, we clean the floors, because we all have allergies. So is it in your house? Do you have mold in your house? Right? Dust mites. Like if you sneeze and stuff when you get in the bed, wash them sheets. That helps a lot. Wash the sheets. Supposed to be washing them often and frequently anyway. So wash the sheets, wash the covers, wash the blankets. That's going to help you. You do it more regularly during allergy season. Okay? Vacuum your floors if you have carpet. I do not like carpet. Now, we're going to get into asthma in a later video, but I'm asthmatic. I do not like carpet because it holds dust mites, pet dander. It holds all of that. I don't do carpets. So if you have carpets, vacuum regularly, every day if you can. Vacuum every single day because that's going to hold a lot of allergens and stuff too. Again, like I said, wash down your walls, wash your baseboards, get the floors together. Is it in your house where you sneezing and coughing and having these symptoms? Because that means it's something in the house that's causing your system to act like that, right? We inhale an allergen, and then our body is reacting to that allergen because it wants it out, but it's causing us to have the itchy white eyes, the stuffy runny nose, itchy throat, all of that, okay? Now, when you step outside, is that when it happens? Because then that's when you know it's probably the pollen and whatever else is outside, right? In your workplace, where you go do your business, doctor's offices, the stores, right? You might need to wear a mask so that you're not breathing in the thing that's going to cause a reaction out of your immune system. Okay? And again, I want y'all to write down in your journal. I tell you, you need to have a notebook. Write down the foods. Now look it up. Look up the histamine foods. Look up the antihistamine foods. Write down the foods that you're eating that are high in histamine, so you can see it. Write down the foods that you are eating that are high in histamine. Again, that's your processed foods. That's the fast food. That's the fried food. That's the fries. That's the butter and margarine. Write those things down. So then you can replace them with antihistamine foods, right? Foods that are high in quercetin, high in bromelain, right? Get you some honey that you take every day, multiple times a day if necessary, 3 to 4 times a day. Okay? Set yourself up for success. Set yourself up for success, right? So that you can reduce your symptoms and reduce the amount of medication that you may be taking. Because that allergy medicine, y'all, like it's just not what it's cracked up to be. It's really not. When there are natural ways that we can control it. If you want more information, I have consultations that we can do a deep dive. And I can help you go through this process. I can be your accountability partner. We can pin down, okay, this is what you're allergic to. This is what you need to do. These are the foods you need to stay away from. These are the foods you need to implement. And then I have my own formulations of teas and capsules and electuaries and herbal honeys. And we'll get you on your very own customized regimen. Okay? If that's what you want to do, I'm here for that. I'm all here for that. Okay? Because this is what I do. But I just want to give you some tools because what? Knowing is half the battle. So at least you have this information and you'll be able to do your deep dive on your own if that's what you want to do. Write these things down so you can see them. So then you can start replacing your habits with better ones. Okay? All right. So the next video we'll be talking about sinuses. Okay? And its relationship to allergies. Because even allergy and sinuses, they go together. They really do. And I'm going to give you the scientific backing to that information. Okay? So for now, have a great day on purpose, with purpose, and happy healing.